Hey y'all, welcome. My name is Cassandra Leon. I am the owner of Cassandra's Coffee, and Kalula is my group, or Lularoe by Cassandra is my business page. I'm located in Hesperia, California. I've been a retailer for 3 years almost. Like, it's so crazy to think how fast 3 years have gone, but 3 years, yeah, it's poof. I am a mom and a wife. We have three amazing kids. Their birthdays are coming up soon, and they're going to be 13, 10, and 8. I'm getting old, and they're growing too fast. But yeah, so 3 years I've been doing this, and it's amazing because it's given me the opportunity to help out with my family financially, and also just to be there for my kids as they go through their journey of school and stuff, because my oldest is in junior high, and that's a transition, and then soon she's going to be in high school, so it's nice to be able to be around them for these changes. Before Lularoe, I was a stay-at-home mom since 2012, January 2012. After my third child, Catherine, was born, I realized I can't afford the child care nor the gas of a V8 driving up and down the hill anymore. And so me and my husband decided to have me quit and be a stay-at-home mom and do all the day-to-day things around the house and make sure the kids are up and running and going, and keep the tiny humans alive. Is pretty much what I've been doing. And then about 3.5 years ago, one of my friends had invited me to his wife's group, because she was just about to launch her clothing business of Lularoe. I had no idea what it was, of course. I literally at this point was a discount shopper at Ross. I did everything on a budget. So as I watched her first live, I was like, I don't know about spending, $25 on a pair of leggings. But it was to support my friend. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a pair and say, like, hey, I helped. So they came in the mail. Me, my husband, and my kids, we were going to go to BJ Brewhouse because it had just opened up recently at that time. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to slip these on real quick before we go. And while I was there, I was just like, oh my God, these are so amazing. I barely tell that I'm wearing pants. Like, I was like, babe, touch my legs. Babe, touch them. And he was like, dude, you look like a freak. Knock it off. And so instantly at that point, I was like hooked. I was super hooked, and I went home after dinner and I sat on the chair and I like messaged my friend's wife and was like, hey girl, I need some more of that butter crack that you like sent me in that bag. And so from there, I just kept ordering more leggings, because you need one for every day of the week, and then you need one for every day of the month, and then you need one for all the holidays. And it was real, y'all. It was real. And so my husband literally was like, dude, this is getting insane. You either need to stop buying it or you need to become a retailer. Like, start selling it, stop buying it. You need to figure out something to cover up this addiction, because there's no reason for all this. And I was like, I feel pretty. That's a good enough reason for me. But of course, at this point in time, because I had been a stay-at-home mom for so long, I kind of became reclusive and antisocial a little bit. I had my like super tiny little circle of friends that I absolutely loved and adored and spent most of my time with if I, got to hang out with friends. But for the most part, my life was these three tiny little humans that kind of like dictated everything that I did. And so when my husband was like, you should become a retailer, I was like, legit, like in silence, looking at him like he was flipping crazy. I was like, one, I don't people. No peopling. Looking out my window, seeing people on the sidewalk, that was my version of peopling. Like, I saw people today, that was it. That was all that was going to happen. And then he kept asking me about it. Why don't you become a retailer? I think you would be good at it. Like, you already make your outfits really cute, and all the like little workup that he gave me to try and convince me to do it. And then I sat there and I was like, I'm literally an anxious person in my head, so I think of everything possible that could go wrong. No joke. What can go wrong in this scenario? One, people could hate me. I am either really, really, really likable, or I'm the most hated person in the world. So I sat there and I was like, no, people were going to hate me. At the time, the onboard kits, I think, were $5,500, $8,500, and $11,000 to onboard. And I was like, no, I'm going to do all this. And I would, order all this inventory. I would create a boutique, and because you have to buy your racks and your hangers and your displays and everything like that separate from your inventory. And I was like, I'd spend all this money and everybody would hate me. That's literally what went through my mind. That's my biggest fear, of just people were going to hate me. Nobody was going to buy anything. I was going to bankrupt the whole family. Like, totally, like, just off the rails in my thought process, because I had fear. And because of my social anxiety, and I feel like everybody's like looking at me like, who is this weirdo? Why is she here? But it's okay, because I finally went to my sponsor at the time's house and I asked her, what has it done for you? How does it make you feel doing it? Has it improved the quality of your life? All this, all the questions that everybody's going to have becoming a retailer, to settle the fears, I guess, in your stomach. And so by the end of the day, I was supposed to go over there for a couple hours. I ended up hanging out there for hours. And I had dinner there. Literally, like, that's how it was. I showed up around, like, before lunchtime, and I was there until after dinner. That was kind of how it went. And my friend, who was the consultant's husband, was telling me all the, like, how he felt about it and everything, and it just kind of gave me a little bit of an ease. And she was like myself, very socially, like, reclusive, and a stay-at-home mom of kids that just didn't get to socialize or anything. And she kind of had the fear, and it pulled her out of her, like, depression and funk that she had. And so I was like, you know what? I kind of think I could do this. And worst case scenario, like, I would quit and I would sell off my inventory, and, and so I ended up signing my contract that day. I went just to go pick her brain, and then I ended up signing up for Lularoe. So I signed my contract in December. It was like December 4th, I think. I think it was December 4th. And I onboarded January 17th. I got my call, and I paid for my order, and I paid for, I think, the middle order. I got the $8,500 order because I wanted leggings and everything, because, that's why we all fall in love with this company. So I onboarded, and I sat there and I waited for my kit to come. And my UPS man at this point was quite annoyed with me, because I had racks coming and chairs coming and rugs coming and desks, and I had all this stuff. I literally gutted out my upstairs loft and just kicked my kids out, gutted the whole room, and turned it into a boutique. And when I went to do my grand opening party, I waited a couple weeks because I feared launching. I still had the fear of, I'm gonna suck. Like, that's what it was. Fear. Fear is the number one, like, block in your brain. So I still, to this day, 3 years later, have to get over the fear. Every time I go live, there's the fear of, what if nobody shows up? Or what if I sell nothing? What if I just spent $1,000 on this box and I sell nothing? It's always going to be a fear, but I just have to do it. And so when I onboarded, I literally, like, hid behind, when I did my opening party, I did it in-home first. And I had strangers come because I paid to advertise on Facebook. Like, hey, I'm having an open house. Brand new consultant, And people showed up. I literally was like, I'm going to stay here all day and I'm going to twiddle my thumbs and nobody's going to come. People came. Like, I had no idea my support system was that amazing because people came. Strangers came. And those strangers became friends. And they also became consultants eventually because, you know, that's just kind of how it ends up happening. But it's been an amazing journey for 3 years. Like, I was so terrified the first time I went live. I was like, hey, y'all. This is cute. It's blue. And it's pretty. And it's a small, like, that was literally my live. I hid from the camera because it's so weird that you just stare at yourself. Like, I'm looking at me right now and I'm like, that girl looks funny. And that's just how it is. You just got to get comfortable talking to yourself. So, I mean, it's a total like mind game in my head. And you guys are literally probably watching this going, why the heck am I watching this lady right now? She's lost it. She's crazy. She's just nuts. That's me. I squirrel. I'm nuts. And sometimes I just over-explain everything. So this is why you're sitting here for the past like 11 minutes and 30 seconds because I ramble. But, I mean, it became like Lularoe in the beginning, though, was to supplement my addiction. Of course, like, we all have to have, like, something to pay for our addiction to Lularoe. So, it became that, and then it became, over time, like, I was seeing that I was actually making money. And now it's become my mortgage payment. Like, I'm able to pay my mortgage. I'm actually able to help my husband out for the first time in 8 years, you know, to pay my bills and our bills as a family. I'm able to pay for soccer for my kids. My son's heavy into soccer right now. He's training with 2 teams. He's on a team, but he's training with 2 because he wants to do Rush League in the spring because right now he's already promised to his team. And so right now we're doing soccer 5 days a week. I have my daughter who is in all the science clubs, reading clubs, and then I have 2 of my kids in running club. They're in the 100-mile club at school. So I'm literally super busy. Lularoe helps me financially cover the cost for that because if I didn't have Lularoe, we wouldn't be able to afford extra things because my husband would be the sole income of the family, and a family of 5, they eat a lot. They eat a lot. And me and my husband, we do keto. So that right there is a lot. I mean, have you seen a block of cheese? How much that costs? Oh my God, I live on cheese. I love cheese. Cheese and pumpkin. That's my jam. Cheese, pumpkin, and coffee. But yeah, so, I mean, Lularoe has blessed my family with the ability to be able to help them out with at least a bill. I mean, it's the mortgage, it's probably the biggest bill that we have, and over the past 3 years, I've been able to sustainably pay the mortgage every single month, thanks to the amazing community that I have with my group and my business page. But yeah, I mean, this journey is amazing. I've met some amazing people. I have the greatest friends that I never would have had if it weren't for this business. My Lula sisters are literally like family. My customers are like family. Some of them I even invite to birthday parties or functions at my house. It's just crazy, amazing how far I have grown in 3 years. And how like more outgoing and social I have become because of this business, and also how much I've grown with my family and being able to help them because of it. It's something I can do from home, and it's amazing people that I've met along the way. And so, I mean, I just want to say thank you to all my followers and my customers, my friends, my family, my husband, my kids. Sorry, tag. Sorry. And, you know, I'm totally grateful for this journey and that everybody's here with me on it. Thank you guys for listening to a little bit of my story. I mean, I know I kind of rambled. Sorry. Love y'all. But if you guys like this channel, subscribe below. I'm gonna be posting more videos of styles and other things on here as soon as I get that flow going in my schedule. And but yeah, if you guys like this channel, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to also join my group is Cassandra's Coffee and Kalula. Also, easy shortcut is llrleon.com. All right, you guys, thank you. Bye.